episode of Sleeping Giants, Red Star Belgrade. Now, in our last episode, we beat Manchester City by 4-0, and I couldn't believe it personally. And bear in mind, in doing so, we knocked them out of the Champions League. And in doing so again, we went through with Celtic. Unfortunately, because Celtic were able to actually win in Milan, amazingly. Bear in mind, like, I know that a lot of things can change in the time that we've been playing this series so far, but the fact is, Celtic was still a pot 4 team, which means they clearly weren't getting to these stages very often, so they've had an absolutely wonderful season. So credit to them. That means they're actually seeded and potentially could get a good draw as well. Now, when you actually look at the teams we could be facing, we've got Celtic, Barcelona, Juventus, Liverpool, Monaco, Real Madrid, PSG, Man United, and Juventus. There's some winnable ones there, I think. You know, I wouldn't mind having a crack at Monaco, although they've probably got a lot of money, which means they've probably signed a lot of players. PSG, since we're not in the same group as them this time, I think over 2 legs we're capable of beating them, potentially. Juventus, maybe not. Liverpool, Man United, perhaps. There's a chance for us, I feel. But let's see who we got sort of unseeded. See, this is why I really wish we'd have managed to get through. Because, look, we could have had someone like Bordeaux or Freiburg in this round. That would have really given us a chance. But the fact is, you've got to have to win these games no matter what you do. So, yeah, this episode's going to be slightly longer than usual, because of course it is a double live com, so I will try and get the draw done quickly, and then we'll jump straight into our first game, which is actually our first game back. The league is starting incredibly late in February this time, I think, because of the scheduling. It's really odd. Anyway, let's do this. Automatic draw. Come on. Someone good. Anyone. I don't really care who, really. Just someone we're going to have a chance against would be nice. Chelsea. We can't play Chelsea, can we? Because we're in that group. We're in that pot, rather. Bayern. We can't get Bayern either. Oh, damn it. Benfica, we can't get Benfica either, so they'll be playing Man United. God damn. Go on. PSG, that's the only one left that I really want out of those. Otherwise it's Barca. Go on, PSG. Yes! Holy crap, that was lucky, because we had either PSG, Barca or Real Madrid left, basically. And Freiburg will play Barca. PSG over 2 legs. I reckon that's doable, guys. I don't know about you, but I think there's a chance for us there. We've got the home leg first, though, which could be a bit of a worry. So we're going to need to put in a sort of Manchester City-esque performance against them and try to kill it off before we go to France, and then just try to be as solid as possible. So, I will join you guys in a few minutes for that first game. See you in a sec. Right, guys, we are back, and today we are on the day of our first match in the knockout stages against PSG at home. Now, of course, we've had a lot of things have happened. Well, I say a lot of things. There's been a lot of transfer activity, mainly going out, and one thing that has incredibly annoyed me, that doesn't even make sense grammatically, but you'll understand why I'm so annoyed when you see this, because I've literally only just noticed this. So we're just going to jump straight across. Basically, I made it my mission in January to sort of just get rid of any players, basically, that clubs want, but we don't think there's ever going to be a place for in our team. And if we can make a bit of profit on them, then so be it. Try and give ourselves a real big transfer kitty for next season, basically, once the board adds some more money to it. So, we're just going to take straight over here and go to transfer history. Right, so, as you can see, coming in, Leandro Fernandez has finally joined us from Independiente. And he's already gone out on loan, I think. He can't remember who he went to on loan. He's gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's already played a couple of times for him, basically, because I just felt that we needed to get him some first-team football straight off the bat, essentially. So that's good. I mean, he signed this for £4 million, so that's quite a big outlay for us, but I just felt that it was probably worth it, because he looks like he's got some quality, and he's got a lot of he's very determined, so I'm hoping that will help him progress his, he's going to be determined to hopefully become a better player. I don't know. So that's Leandro Fernandez. Now, you might notice something here, and I don't even know how this happened. China has joined PSG. Now, I don't understand, because I didn't even get a notification about this. I've literally only just noticed this while I was looking on my transfer history page, preparing for this item, basically, to see what to talk about. I don't remember seeing a notification or even a bid for China, because I've got it set to automatically reject bids, like when you can put it over, and the clause was like, I don't know, like if it's less than 20 million, it won't even consider talking about it. And I can only assume that the same thing that happened with Jovic in that first year, where the board just went over my head. But the thing is, usually you get a notification about that. We did nothing. And the thing is, he's only gone for 2.5 million. I mean, what a joke. So I don't know what's happened there, or why. I mean, come on, as if I'm going to sell China. He's one of our better midfielders. So I don't know what's happened there, and I'm really pissed off, because that's the second time this has happened, and I've not been notified about it, which is ridiculous. So there we go. We've lost China, which is a pain in the arse. Other things have gone out. I did do this one deliberately. Antic has left to join Sochaux. He's getting on, and I wanted to make sure that Ashraf and some youngsters can play in those positions, and we had the opportunity to get, It's 2.5 there, but it actually can rise to like 4 or something. So just to get some money in for him. Next one as well, Branko Djordjevic. It's basically the same deal. I didn't think that he was ever really going to be superb for us, so I decided to just move him on basically. And we've pretty much, I think we've made about 2 million on the deal. Like, I know it says 2.5, but it can rise to 4.9. So again, I think we can make a little bit of money on that deal. Other players gone out. Marek Čermák, again, was never really going to get in our team, and Olympiacos offered us 3.6 up front, rising to 4.8, and I couldn't turn it down, really. He's never really played for us. Apologies, my throat is going funny again. He's only played 1 game for us. He's been out on loan a lot. I don't think he was ever going to make it, and for that kind of money, I couldn't turn it down. But the fact is, I'm so annoyed that we've lost China. That just boggles my mind that we've been put in that position. I can only assume because they're our affiliate club or something, they're able to sign players like that from us, but I don't know why, because I never got notified about it. I mean, we've had a lot of transfer offers this summer, and believe me, I would have noticed if someone put a bid in for China, which apparently happened ages ago, and I don't remember this even happening. In fact, is that even in the transfer window? Like, when did this even happen? I don't understand. It's really, really weird. But there we go. So we've lost China, which is a shitty thing to happen, but hopefully... which doesn't help with the fact that I also sent Nico Kaspers and Murad Yildirim out on loan because I wanted to get them some first team football, and now I need the bastards. I think I've got recall clauses in one of their contracts at least, so I might have to try and sort that out because we're going to be lacking midfielders now, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, enough about that. Let's just jump straight in, basically, because we've got, we played a lot of friendlies, won a load of them, obviously, but it's important to get into today's game. We should be fit and fresh for this one, I'm hoping, anyway. Because this home game is crucial for us, basically. Let's just see what we've got in terms of freshness. It's not super good, is it? Let's see. Ashraf, Bazanvira, Marianne, because Kone's suspended, unfortunately, and a little bit knackered. Adamenko, midfield, Trufezic and Ristic, who's just signed a new deal. Gajic, Savicevic, Militic, and Toshka up front. I've had lots of bits with people like Toshka, and Toshka seems to have taken another step up in his quality as well. He's now a 4-star player, which is great to see from the 21-year-old Romanian. Still not getting any bid, like, we're getting bids for him, but they're all of like 1.4 million. Like, really? If he was at a better club, his value would be about 10 million. So why the hell are we getting bids of 1.4 million? It's crazy. Nobody will bid on our players of any more than about 2 or 3 million. It's ridiculous, even when they've got values well above that. But there you go. Right, let's jump straight in, basically. We're going to go with that system. Yep, I think that's all good. Few disappointing things. I mean, I'm still seething at the fact that we don't have China. That just pisses me off beyond belief. Have you guys experienced things like that before, where our players just isn't, like, he's been sold and you don't even notice it? Because I certainly didn't notice it. Dear. I can only assume it's one of those ones where the board goes above your head, but I thought you used to get a notification when that happened. I just haven't seen one. I went back and had a little look through my inbox, but it came through like ages ago to the point where it's now been deleted, or it just never came through. Such a disappointing thing to have happen. But we have to move on. We've still got some other good midfielders. I might have to try and recall. It depends on what happens in this game, actually, because, if we get through, then we may well need it. If we don't go through, then I think we could probably manage the rest of the season just as it is, really. Give Maman a chance or something. I don't know. Right, let's go for this. I fully expect us to win this match. We have to, really. If we've got any chance of going through to the quarterfinals, we need to win the home leg. We beat Manchester City here 4-0. So with that in mind, I feel like there's a good chance that we're capable of beating PSG here. But it does depend. I think we drew 4-4 with them here last season. So it is a tough one. But I'll tell you what, looking at the opening start of this game, we've been all over them, and that is beautiful to watch. But we need 2 or 3 goals, basically. That's the plan. Ristic, Bazanvira drops it back to Savicevic. Savicevic, can he pick a pass out? Goes to Gajic. Can he knock it around the corner? He can. It's Militic through. It's 1-0 Red Star Belgrade. That is the perfect start. We've been dominant in the first 13 minutes of this game. Look at that. 70% possession against a team like PSG. Lots of shots. We've limited them to literally nothing so far, and we are 1-0 up. We need a big home win, though, and that's going to be crucial, I think. Our home form is going to be absolutely vital this season. In Europe, and it always will be, really, but particularly this year when we just look so good at home. Militic there with a lovely finish. We've won every single home game in Europe so far this season, and hopefully that will continue today. We've been so good, but I want to win this like 2 or 3 if we can. If that's possible, And I think we've beaten them 4-1 before. A sort of result like that would be enough, I feel, to take us through to the next round. But it does depend hugely on how we play in the away leg, unfortunately. And of course, if we've got a decent lead to go to the away leg, I might well tighten things up a little bit. Icardo, Marianne, and Tufetic is onto this here. That's it. Looks to the other side. Nicely done. Militic now looks back across for Toshka. Is he going to shoot? He is, Toshka, and he scored. The composure there from Florentin Toshka. That's his 25th goal of the season. Now, you can say what you like about his consistency, which, frankly, you haven't been, but I have, and I questioned that towards the start of the season. But look at this for composure. Sets himself up and finishes from quite a tight angle. 2-0 Red Star, and we just need to keep going, really. This is one of these games where we just need to keep going and trying to get as many goals as possible in the home leg because of our away form. Ashraf whips the ball in. Gajic is across. He's hit the post. That could have been 3-0. That could have been 3-0. I still think there's more goals in this game for us. For me, 2-0 is not enough. I know that we run the risk of conceding, but I feel like we need to take the risk to maybe get 2 or 3 more goals if we can do. It's just one of those things. But we still look fairly solid at the back, and that's always good. A 2-0 win would not be that. Oh, Icardo and Cristante. And a rare opportunity for PSG from a corner as well. And Cabasele manages to put it in 2-1 here. Hopefully that's just a blip, because that was a poor defending, actually, to allow both of them free at the corners. Disappointed, but we do still have the lead, and I think we're still the better side in this game. So hopefully in the second half we can try to kick on a little bit and get a couple more. 2-1 would not be enough for me. I don't see us getting, a 2-1 win at home. I just don't feel is enough. 3-1, I'd be a bit more cushy. Bit more comfortable about. Then again, a 2-0 win for them away, we'd have to score away. We generally tend to. It's just the amount of goals we concede in doing so that's often the problem. I noticed that Luis Suarez is, of course, playing for PSG, so we do have to watch that. Ball over the top there, and Ashraf's got caught under the flight of it a little bit there. They do seem to be coming back a little bit in this second half. Not to, stupid levels. I still think we're the better side in this game, but we do still need to sort of try and force the issue a bit. Here we go. Savicevic with the ball out to the edge of the area. Militic. He's going to go alone here. Gajic steps inside. Oh, it's saved. Oh, it's Gajic. It's in the back of the net. It's 3-1. That's huge. Milan Gajic doing what he do from corners there after a massive goalmouth scramble. I think, looking at the amount of chances we've created in this game, I think 3-1 is at least what we deserve so far. Bit of a goalmouth scramble here. Just so many players trying to get this ball over the line. Eventually it comes back to Gajic, who's able to squeeze that through the bodies and make it 3-1. Now, I still don't think we've got enough on this one. We need to really get a 4th goal. A 4-1 I'd be happy with. Right, what's left? Toshka is on a booking. I'm tempted to bring Kone on. Toshka's not had the best game. He has scored that good goal, though. So credit where credit's due. Kofi's coming on, no doubt. He's not perfectly fit, but he's really starting to look like a quality midfielder at the best of times now. I'm just going to stick on control. 3-1's a good result, but I don't want to push it too hard and risk going on attacking. I'd rather just catch them. If we can get a 4th goal, then brilliant. If not, then 3-1 is still good. I don't want to overdo it, Win that. There we go. Tufedzic getting across there. Gajic. Oh, that's poor. That's really poor. Digne. Kofi's done well. Kofi's done very... Oh, no, he has done well. Excellent stuff from him. Savicevic inside. Can he find a pass, though? He's going to lose the ball here, I feel. Oh, Gajic round the corner for Sidibe. Big chance there for Mamadou Sidibe. That should have been 4-1. And really, looking at those stats, I feel like we probably have enough for 1 more goal in us. But it doesn't appear to be happening. I might just leave it, actually. 3-1 is a relatively solid performance. If we hadn't considered that damn goal from a set piece, though, that could be the one that costs us. Or have we got 1 more goal in us? Edge of the area. A goal here, and it's suddenly big time. Oh, and it's well saved by the goalkeeper. We've definitely been by far the better team in terms of creating chances. They were, I think, a bit lucky to get the goal they did, if I'm honest, but we have to make do with that. And we go to France with a 3-1 lead, but that 1 is going to be... Oh, no, don't you dare. Thank you. That 1 is going to be the thing that's worrying me a little bit. I don't know quite how to set up away from home. We might have to try and be a bit more defensive away from home and just see if we can defend. See if that's even possible, because our outward attacking play away from home just hasn't seemed to work for us in recent years, basically, and I want to try and make sure that we can produce that kind of quality. So that's a decent performance. It's a really solid one. A 3-1 win. It gives us a good chance of going through. I don't know quite how well it's going to work, but at least we're not going to go out on a whimper this year, hopefully. The last couple of years we've had those poor home draws and then had to sort of get battered away from home or get, nearly, last year it was better against Bayern, but this year I think there's a real good chance for us. So I will join you guys in a sec where we have a couple of league games to talk about, as well as doing our away leg against PSG. This episode is probably going to be a little bit longer than usual, but I hope you understand that one, because obviously it's a double knockout one. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Right, guys, we are back, and on the day of our second leg against PSG. Now, something I actually forgot to discuss in the last episode is the fact that we actually have, you may have seen it as I went to the transfer thing, but our actual transfer budget at the moment is 17 million. I'm not going to use any of it at the moment because we're still scouting some players to look for in the summer, but with the money that the board generally give us, we could be looking at a sort of £25 million transfer kitty in the summer, which would be perfect, really. And I think that's sort of the fruits of the youth conveyor belt starting to really pay dividends now, in the sense that we've got a great team full of great young talent, but also those who didn't quite make it, we've managed to sell on for a profit, making $1 million here, 3 or 4 million there, and that's just bringing the club even more money and giving us a more stable financial footing, which is great. And that's really going to help us kick on, I think, because, you know, our youth academy and facilities look to be completely maxed out. I've got no option to upgrade them, and I think that's good. We've got a great head of youth development, and it's March, which means later in this month we're going to have a youth intake, so I'm really hoping that this year is the year that we get someone amazing in it, because we've got an amazing head of youth development, and I really think that this is going to be the year that our youth academy starts bearing some fruit as well. Now, just taking quickly through what's happened this month. Only 2 games in between, of course, both solid 2-0 wins. First up was FK India away, and of course they were second in the league at the time, so this was a big win for us. Toshka with a penalty and then wrapping things up with another. That means that he had 17 goals in 16 league matches this year, except he hasn't actually played that many. It turned out he'd only started 13 league matches, so his goal record this season in the league is absolutely phenomenal, and it can't be ignored, and I think he could get 40 this year, not in the league, but overall, and he's got a long way towards doing that. Of course, he didn't play in our second game of the month. We played at home to Donny Shrem, and I played a very, very weakened team. So Marian, Krupa, Radivojevic, Maman, Pantovic, Horva. Actually, you can see Radivojevic actually scored, and then he set up Savicevic for the second one. So he had a solid performance. It was a really good performance from him. Savicevic was amazing, though. Gave a chance to people like Maman. The thing is, Maman played this game, and then he came to me with a oh, I'm not getting enough first team football. You've literally just played. What are you talking about? Annoying. But hey, we move on. So again, 2 solid performances, giving us, well, top of the league. We're 15 points clear now. Partizan have overtaken and are now our closest rivals. And I say that with inverted commas because they're not going to get anywhere near us. We have the best defence in the league once again now, after a good spell of just good defending, really. 15 points clear, 13 games to go. We should be able to wrap this title up nice and easily. So yeah, average rating is great to see Milan Gajic top that. Most assists as well for Milan Gajic with 8. Toshka with 17 goals. Gajic also has the most man of the match, but as you can see, most clean sheets there is Arguello. We've only played 2 games. We'll do a proper squad report thing, not squad report, like a look at the stats and that in the next episode, just so this one doesn't go on for too long. Let's just jump straight in, basically. So what I've decided for this game, we are away, and I'm going to go with the more defensive approach because, simple, our attacking approach just does not work away from home. It's simple as that. It just does not work. And we may have to resort to it anyway, but I'd rather take the chances of us trying to be a bit more defensive and grinding out a result, because sometimes you've got to play ugly, and I think today is one of those days, if I'm honest. So Adamenko, Bazanvira, Kone and Ashraf at the back, Tufedzic and Ristic in the middle, Savicevic, Gajic, Militic, and of course Toshka up top, Marian, Matovic, Horvat, Krupa, Maman and Sadibi on the bench. Of course, we are still lacking. I couldn't recall either of those 2. I don't know why. I'm certain I put a recall clause in at least one of their contracts, but apparently I didn't. Or it isn't appearing, and I've got no option to recall them, which is a pain. Kofi isn't quite fit, which is also a little annoying. So if we need a midfield substitution, we're kind of fucked, if I'm honest. We are struggling a little bit for that, and that's disappointing. Still annoyed that we lost China, to be honest. Right, let's jump straight in. It's crucial that we need to come up with an away tactic for Europe. I don't know. And I really do need your input on this one, guys, because I just don't know how to play away from home. We might need to change the shape. And that's fair enough. Just let me know, and let me know why, most importantly. We're going to just try this today. Obviously, if we start finding that the game's getting away from us and we may have to come out anyway. But from the off, I'd like to just sort of see what we're capable of. And remember, we played this system when we went to Arsenal, when we did get to the quarterfinals, and we actually won at the Emirates playing this system. So it isn't completely fruitless after we smashed them, of course, at home. But it's still, I don't know. I just don't know. It's going to be an incredibly difficult game for us. That much we do know. But it is just a question of how well we deal with it. The longer we can put off conceding that first goal, the better, really. Although this highlight's gone on too long, it makes me wonder if they're going to score immediately. That would be disappointing. I don't want to start this game off with good clearance. Come back, he's going to score. This is going to have a goal on the first attack of the game, isn't it? There we go. Well, I mean, I'm not really sure what you can say about the tactic on that one, really. We've conceded in the first minute. We didn't even have a chance to use the tactic. That is not good. Hopefully that isn't a sign of things to come, and it's just one of those things that happens sometimes. But it's still not wise. Like, come on, Kone, put a tackle in, and it's in the back of the net for 1-0 to PSG. So we might have to come out. If they score another one, then we may well have to come at them a little bit and try to get ourselves the crucial away goal. But for now, it's looking okay. If we can get a goal on the break, then that'd be just delightful. We're still keeping quite a fair amount of the ball, which is interesting, which is why I probably don't want to switch this to counter, if I'm honest. Oh, Depay. Oh, come on. Suppose that's just it. It just seems that away teams in Europe just have no chance, no matter who they are. Like, they wouldn't have been able to score a free kick against us at home. On our ground, would they? But they're able to score those wonderful free kicks. I mean, look what is the goalie doing. 2-0 down after 32 minutes. I'm not going to go rushing things yet, because, again, you know, we can change things in the second half, but at the moment it does look pretty fruitless at the moment, which is a little bit worrying. But I just don't know how to play away from home in Europe, and that's offside, surely. I'm just really not sure how to do this. Playing away from home in Europe just seems to be absolutely ridiculously difficult these days. You know, we managed to... I mean, I say that. We drew with Celtic away from home, and at the time that looked like a poor result, but they won the group, remember? And then defeats, of course, at Inter and City. But then look what we did at City at home. You know, this is Manchester City, and we beat them 4-0. It's crazy. So we get at half-time at 2-0 down. That's enough to put them through, and I don't like that. So we are going to, of course, up the ante in the second half. But the problem is, us doing that is just going to open up all kinds of gaps which they're going to exploit, and I just don't see how you're supposed to win away games in Europe. It just... Particularly on this save. I didn't notice it so much on Pompey, but this one, it just seems impossible. And it's not just me. It's like, we're amazing against teams at home, and then those same teams are terrible against us. And yet, when we play them away, they're amazing. It's really strange. So yeah, we need an away tactic, basically, guys. That is the gist of what I'm getting at here. We need to find a way to play away from home. We're going to go attacking, though, because we need to get a goal. That's really all we need. A goal gives us hope. But I don't know. I think, if anything, they're probably going to get more goals against us, because I just don't know how to play away from home at the moment. Depay, look, they just don't put tackles in half the time. And that shouldn't matter whether you're home or away. Tackles are tackles. The passing goes to crap, all this kind of stuff. It works just fine. I understand that obviously home and away is going to make a difference, but it just seems to make too much of a difference at the moment. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that it seems to be a sort of Jekyll and Hyde syndrome when you play home and away in Europe. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, this sort of shit happened. Like, remember against Inter, we were doing the same thing. We were like, you concede free kicks, give away loads of penalties and things like that, when you wouldn't do that at home. But then when you're the away team, when the other team's the away team, they'll give away loads of penalties and stuff, and it just seems really strange. We're 3-0 down now. We need a goal. Just to try and take this one to extra time, because this is what I mean about that first leg getting as many goals as possible, because at the moment that seems to be the only way we're going to get through in Europe, is to smash teams in the home leg and then try to avoid getting smashed in the second leg. It's not like they've been superb in this game. They've not been wonderful, but they've scored 3 goals, and you can't really fault them on that one. Ristic, Militic, come on, somebody just nick a goal out of nowhere. Poor. That's really poor. They just look completely hopeless. Look, I mean, Adamenko, that's better. But we'll almost certainly give the ball away immediately, because that just seems... Oh, that's not a bad pass, actually. Never mind. And, yeah, you just can't seem to keep the ball. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, and again, Benegas. If anything, we'll probably concede more goals, and I just don't know what to do about it. We're going to have to go on overload at some point in this game, you'd feel, probably. But until we can sort out a way of playing away from home, like, tactic-wise. And, again, the goalkeeper's come out and actually did a decent job of blocking that, so fair play, Arguello. Ristic this time. You know, a goal for us, though, would completely change this game, and it would take it potentially to extra time, and then the second goal could put us through. So it's not... I mean, look, they've actually got better since we've changed to an attacking approach, unfortunately. I'm trying to think what we need to do here. Maybe close down a little less. Don't push high up. I mean, I've even got it on get stuck in, and we're still conceding loads of penalties. Just try... Having a few more shots might help. I know that shoot on sight can often be bad for that, but just maybe we can get lucky on like a long-range belter. It's a shame Kofi isn't playing for us, really. He'd be good for that kind of thing. But it's just disappointing to see how bad we are away from home in Europe, and we just seem to be powerless to resist it, no matter who we're playing against. It's not just because it's PSG. You know, we're poor against everyone away from home in Europe, it seems. And I just haven't been able to figure out a way to work it out. Answers on a postcard, I guess. Right. What do we do? I mean, it's still all in the balance. Another goal for us here in this game Sorry, not another goal. A goal for us here in this entire game changes, but who do we bring in to make those changes? Savicevic is looking knackered, which is why I'm going to bring on Sidibe to play in his place. Chufedic is having a woeful performance, but we've got no midfielders at the moment. Toshka's been awful. Screw it, we're going to bring on... I mean, Militic has been even worse, if anything. We've just had nothing today. Just offered absolutely nothing. We may have to go overload in a sec. Oh, come on now. Cleared away. I wasn't expecting us to concede another penalty there, if I'm honest. Kovacic, and that's going to be Suarez. There we go. I don't know. Away from home in Europe, guys. It just... you just... I don't know. We'd have to win like 5-0. I think the only reason we got through against Arsenal was because we beat them 6-1 in the home game. It's a great finish from Suarez. Goalkeeper should have done better. I mean, it's a great goal. And it is Luis Suarez, I suppose. But that's disappointing still. We've just got to go for this match now. Just throw everything at them for the last 20 minutes. You know, if we scored 2 and made this 4-2, suddenly we're through. It's unlikely, though. It really is unlikely. If anything, we're going to get smashed by even more. I just don't know how to do it. Ristic. Oh, there's a little bit of space, though. Gajic out wide. Can he bling it through? He's going to go for goal. Well blocked there, and a good chance for Srem. These are the sort of chances we need to be putting away. That's the problem. Kone. Brought down. Marquinhos. And that's going to get cleared upfield. 20 minutes. Can we get 2 goals? It's very, very, very unlikely, is all I can really say. We're going to just push much higher up, take some more risks. Just, no point in trying to keep possession now. Let's just get stuck in, not retain some possession. Pump that ball into the box and just try and get some headers or something. We've got 2 guys up there. One of them's decent in the air. I'm going to tell them to push forward again. It's our only hope, really. It just, I don't know. Such a contrast. Like, this is almost like the exact reversal of the home game. Ristic's ball in, cleared away, and they're going to score from the counter-attack now, I expect. I don't know. I'm losing my mind over the sort of disparity between home and away performances in this game at the moment. It's unrealistic how bad away teams are in Europe, it seems. Like, they're never this bad in real life. Gajic, and again, it's stopped. We've had a couple of decent chances in this game. I don't feel that 4-0 is quite fair, but hey, it's like our chances have got blocked, and that's just how it is. But I feel that if this was the other way around, then PSG's chances would get blocked. It just doesn't seem... I mean, over the two, they're the better team in terms of their actual players, which makes sense. But then how on earth did they manage to lose so badly to us at home? And... I mean, look at that. Like, what is that? It's a terrible... I mean, at home he saves that 9 times out of 10. It's disappointing, because it's such a simple piece of goalkeeping, and yet really solid defender here. Just what is that? And then a side foot that goes right through the goalkeeper. It's so disappointing to have that kind of crap happen all the time when you play away from home. And we've scored plenty of goals like that at home too. Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting about the home and away thing. It's just very, very frustrating when you get those kind of results so often now. It's never been... Well, no, it is. I suppose, but there you go. We've lost 5-0 and 6-3 on aggregate. What can you do, really? We do need a new away tactic. I'm hoping that we can sort it out with the tactical change, but it just seems that away teams are just so weak on this game. So we are going to have to try and sort that out, but hopefully by next season we should have that tactic. Hopefully you guys can come up with some ideas for that. I mean, I might try some stuff out myself, but really I need your input on this one, I have to say. So that's us out of Europe again. Even though it looked a bit more promising, I feel like we're making progress, but it is a bit slow progress, and I think we need to sort out that away tactic. We can sort that out, and I think there's going to be a real chance of some proper progress for us, basically. So, if you like what you're seeing, please do drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to eat more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Red Star and Outcaster icons in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for... We're going to do this game here, the home match against Partizan in the league. We've got them twice in the cup as well, but I figured the league game's kind of more important. That will give us a sort of... We can do the rest of the season in the next 2 episodes, and we can get back in and try and get things going again. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.